Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our special guest host with us, Lauren LaRosa. She's back. Let's get in some front page news. All right. Good morning, Teslin Figaro.
Good morning. Happy Friday, DJ Envy. Good morning, Lauren. And good morning, Charlamagne the God.
Peace, good morning, beautiful.
All right.
Good morning, beautiful.
Let's jump right into it. Let's talk Trump. What's up with Trump now?
Yet again, Special Counsel Jack Smith has brought 3 new felony charges against former President Donald Trump, including explosive claims that he asked an employee of his Florida estate to delete the security camera footage sought by investigators probing his handling of classified documents. Now, prosecutors accused Trump of possessing a highly classified war plan that he shared with people lacking security clearances. You may remember this. We covered this on Front Page News when they released that tape that you could hear former President Donald Trump admitting that he was in possession of those classified documents. Now, with this indictment alone, Trump now faces 2 obstruction of justice charges related to alleged attempt to erase the security camera video. In addition, the new indictment adds a felony count under the Espionage Act stemming from the possession of the war plan. He now faces 32 counts of willingly retaining national defense information under the Espionage Act and 8 counts related to alleged efforts to obstruct the investigation. Now, each of the new obstruction of justice charges carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. The charge of willfully retaining the secrets, the national defense secrets, is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. And this trial is not expected to happen until 2024, guys. And meanwhile, he'll be raising money and running for president.
This is unprecedented. Nor is it
definitely unprecedented.
Yeah. Nor is it normal. It still feels like it's quiet. You know, as far as him getting all these indictments, I don't know what I expected the reaction to be to a president getting all these charges. So I don't have anything to compare it to. But it don't feel like, you know, we making as big a deal of this as we should be.
Because he's like a reality star. He's so extreme. It's just like another thing. And like I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't hit as hard. I don't know.
Hit, right?
He's done so much stuff.
It should hit, though.
When is he going to jail?
I mean, that's going to be a while. If
I don't think he's going to jail.
If that happens, that might actually, like, we might tweet about that first, I guess.
I mean, I keep feeling like, you know, all of this is just pressure for him to just drop out. They want him to just go away. You know what I mean?
That's all it seems like they want him.
They want him just to bow out gracefully, and if he don't, they're going to teach him a lesson.
And he hasn't responded, right?
Well, of course, his answer continues to be, you know, it's a witch hunt.
Right.
I mean, that's going to be the consistent response. I do want to recap everybody on the 2, because we have 2 investigations in case those who are trying to keep up. 2 investigations and 2 indictments. The Georgia interference, you know, that we're still expecting that to come to happen. Probably they said in August, and the January 6th insurrection. Those are under investigation, and then the 2 indictments, the classified document case that I just mentioned, and then the hush money case. So 2 investigations, 2 indictments. With a lot of charges in between on all of those cases.
I wonder if the witch hunt line is still working for his people. Like, you get one indictment.
He's still raising money.
Still raising money.
Still raising money.
You can get one indictment and scream witch hunt, but you get 2, 3, a couple more on the way. Somebody be like
4, 5, 6, 40, 80.
Yeah. Somebody like, maybe you really is out here committing these crimes, bro.
No, his people are different type of people.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, the mom that used to come to school and she know her son is bad, but she gonna come and argue anyway.
Yeah.
That's how his people is. They come in anyway.
I know one thing, man. Donald Trump has provided content for years. It's going to be so many documentaries, so many scripted shows. Hell, I got one that I'm working on. So I know other people. Other people working on them. Man.
Right. Well, that is front page news. Teslin, we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Phone lines are wide open. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now let's get in some front page news. Now we got Lauren LaRosa here. She's holding it down today, our guest co-host. And Teslin Figaro is back. What up, Tez?
What up, DJ Envy? Good morning, Lauren and Charlamagne the God.
Peace,
Good
Taz.
morning.
Now let's talk about Dianne Feinstein. Did I say her name right?
Feinstein.
Now,
Yes,
what happened
sir.
with her? 90 years old.
This is ridiculous. She appeared confused yesterday. Well, she was confused. Let me not say appeared confused. She was very confused yesterday when it was time to vote and they literally had to tell her to say "I." So while she was sitting there, the 90-year-old Democrat who has faced calls to resign due to her health, we covered this earlier on Front Page News earlier this year, she remained silenced when it was her turn to cast a vote on the defense appropriations bill. She was supposed to just say "I," but then she began reading a prepared statement. They had to literally come up to and whisper 3 times to tell her, just say "I, just say "I." Let's take a listen.
Clerk will call the roll.
Senator Feinstein.
Pardon me?
Aye.
Yeah. I would like to support a yes vote on this. It provides $823 billion. That's an increase of $26 billion for the Department of Defense, and it funds priorities submitted.
Yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just aye.
Thank you.
Senator Durbin.
I don't understand.
What?
Yeah, I don't hear what happened. What happened?
No, I understand what happened because there's been a pattern of her just like she's kind of like out of it. Like she's not there all the way. Her
She's
age.
90.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why won't she just
Retire?
Yeah.
Because this country is ridiculous, Lauren. And folks love to say people are being ageist. They love to scream ageism when the reality is there's some things you are absolutely too old to do. And 90 years old is way too old to have to deal with the stress that comes with being a sitting senator of the United States of America.
Now,
Absolutely.
I will say this, that different ages for different people. Like there's some 90-year-old people that's fine. They're still out there jogging. That's good.
They're jogging, but not not.
But they
dealing
still
with
have their stuff together.
legislation,
But I do feel like there should be certain tests that, at a certain age you have to take to make sure that you can still have it. Like my grandmother was 88 driving around, and she used to crash into every car moving.
But
She did not deserve a
around,
license. You know what I mean? Like
my grandmother's 90.
my
grandmother's 93 and she's driving around, but she's not having to comb through legislation. I mean, they're literally rolling around Senator Feinstein in a wheelchair. I mean, literally.
You remember when they made the memes,
when you have her, where you literally, I mean, we got to really just think about this. She's voting on an appropriations bill. We're talking about a major amount of money, billions of dollars, and you're literally having to tell her, hey, just say "I," as if she's just a puppet, literally just in a shell. Right. And I'm not saying it to be disrespectful, but we just have to really look at this, whether it's Democrat, whether it's her as a Democrat, or what we saw this week with Mitch McConnell.
That's right.
We covered that story on yesterday, Republican, that's literally standing up there, spacing out.
So what age?
Who's also in his 80. I think he was 80, 81. Let me look at.
At what age? So should there be an age limit on things? Because I look at my dad who's 80 plus, and my dad is good money. My dad still comes to the house.
How about your grandma? You said your grandma was crashing into cars.
I mean, she didn't deserve a license.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But my dad's 80 something right now, and he's fine. My dad can fix cars.
But
My
your
dad
dad,
drives.
right? But your dad is.
My dad still goes to the shooting range. I mean, it's
right.
different
But going
ages
to the
for different
gym
things.
and going to the shooting range and reading through 150 pages of
That's
legislation of complex, information and making decisions with this country, they're just not the same thing. My grandmother still does the church programs. She's 93, but she's not reading through, 185 pages of. Come on, let's just keep it real.
No, but I really think different ages for different people. Ages affect different people. It depends on how you treat your body, how you treat yourself, how you eat. Everything is different. I know 85-year-old people that still play basketball that still have everything.
I think Tez is absolutely right. This job is too stressful as U.S. Senator to be up there at 90 years old.
For that woman, yes. If she's in a wheelchair and they got to tell her to say "I," and she's saying "I" because somebody's telling her, yes. But there are older people that still have it together, still running Fortune 500 companies,
having it
doing all that.
Right, and I understand you, brother, but having it together and voting on $831 billion. I mean, even young people can't read through this bill.
And don't these Senate hearings last for hours and days?
Yeah, but again, they're supposed to be reading through this information, guys.
Yeah.
These bills are like sometimes thousands of pages.
Okay.
So a lot of people can't keep their attention focused enough to get through. In their 30s.
So what are we saying for the president? Because the president is 80. He's about to be 84 if he gets
it's all the
reelected.
same.
So you're saying the president shouldn't run because he's 80?
Listen, between Mitch McConnell, Dianne Feinstein, President Biden about to say, hold my beer. Y'all about to see him do something. Y'all about to see him do something amazing, okay? Because he's not gonna let them elders upstage him. Because he been the king of cognitive decline, okay?
Yeah,
we don't need anyone from Biden. He just fell off bikes. We good.
And for clarity, when you said, well, what should the age be? I think it should be term limits in Congress, period. So when you have term limits, we don't have to worry about people sitting there, for the last 30, 25, 30 years because they just refuse to give that power. And I just think a lot of that is rooted in ego and selfishness and not being willing to pass the ball on to someone else. More importantly, somebody that actually understands, what folks are dealing with. You're 90 years old. You should have a little bit more, be in touch with what's going on in the country for people in the 30s and 40s and 50s, in my opinion. So we need term limits, period.
Before she just said yes, or they told her to say yes, the stuff that she was saying, I couldn't really follow it well. Was that even tracking with like what she's voting on?
Yeah, it was tracking. She was making a statement on why she wanted to support the bill, but it wasn't time to make a statement. It was a time to just say aye or nay.
And Tess, isn't that messed up? You can't tell somebody to say aye, right? You can't tell somebody what to say.
Right.
Hello. Right.
I don't know.
And why can't they move our elders to like an advisory role or a consultant? What they say, young people for war, wise people for counsel. Like she's just a glorified puppet. If she's just up there saying it's like, hey, just say aye. You can't. That's kind of. I would think that vote should be stricken from the record if she can't make it on her own.
Go look at the guys. Go look at the video and look at how they had to come up and tell her in her ear. I mean, she really was confused.
Well, God bless the queen.
They're literally wheeling her around.
God bless the queen.
The queen. Why the hell is Dianne Feinstein your queen?
But that's what Joe Biden said a couple of weeks ago. You remember? He said, God bless the queen. Jesus. All right. Well, let's talk about the most stressed U.S. cities.
Yeah, this is good. You guys know I love reports.
Washington, D.C., which is why Dianne Feinstein needs to step down.
Shut up, man.
A team from Wallet Hub finds that a staggering 83% of Americans currently feel stressed out about inflation. As homicide rates spike throughout the nation, another 3 in 4 people admit that violence and crime in their neighborhoods are also stressing them out. Now, compared to more than 108 cities across 39 key metrics, looking at everything from unemployment to household income to health and divorce rates, Cleveland is the most stressed out city in the country, ranking first in financial stress, second in health and safety stress, and third in family stress. Now, Cleveland has the nation's highest second poverty rate behind Detroit and the highest divorce rate. Residents also get the second fewest hours of sleep, only behind Detroit. And I just want to give you the list. Detroit, Cleveland, they said is the most stressed. Second is Detroit, Baltimore third, Birmingham, Alabama fourth, and Philadelphia fifth.
Cleveland, y'all got to get over LeBron leaving, man. All right, it's been a while. Okay, get over it. All right.
Where's LA? LA is stressful.
Well, these are the top 5, and just so you know, because Charlamagne the joke about what's going on with the Congress people and being stressed out, but Washington D.C. is actually 31, with work stress.
Well, I don't know if this is going to help relieve anybody's stress, but the U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell did say this week that they're no longer forecasting a U.S. recession, and they do have a shot for inflation to return to target without high levels of job losses. So, I mean, that's some good news, right?
Yeah, I mean, interest rates are still high as hell, and that's a problem with people trying to purchase homes, and that really X's us out when people are trying to buy their first home or trying to figure it out. So that's very, very high, and banks are not lending as much money as before. So that's going to affect our people in our community more than anything else out there.
But this week, I've been working, speaking of stress and no sleep, I've been working 14-hour days, Charlamagne, putting together my new show, news opinion show called Tez on 10. We say on 10 because we are really going there. We're putting all the issues on the table. It's politics, the issues that are facing the Black community. It is not entertainment. And I'm saying it's not entertainment because you're going to see folks, even in the entertainment space, talk about issues that you haven't heard them talk about. So we're putting everything on the table from school choice, Black politics, conservatives, liberals, the Black family, Black economics, the war on drugs, Black safety, reparations, Black health, streets, to the political seats. My guest co-hosts are 19 Keys, Andre Taylor, Gary Chambers, Van Latham, and then some of the panelists I want to mention is Looney from It's Up podcast on the Black Effect Podcast Network, Masan, Bun B, Slim Thug, Mano, Dr. Steve Perry, New Jersey Councilman Kelly, aka Do It All, Orlando Commissioner Regina Hill, conservative pundit Sonny Johnson, and so much more. So some real dope content. Very excited about it.
It's going to be on Revolt, right?
It's going to be on Revolt.
Okay.
Fire.
All right.
Congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And make sure you subscribe to Tezlyn Figaro's podcast, The Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. Follow her on all social media platforms at Tezlyn Figaro.
All right. Now, when we come back, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Now, this is a conversation from one of our producers. She went to lunch with a gentleman, and she's not sure if it was a date or just, I guess, a hangout session. Now, they went to, I guess, get something to eat. They spent $234. She didn't pay. It was all on him.
Well, she's crippled. You know what I'm saying? And being that she's handicapped, I think he was just looking out, you know what I mean, for handicapped people.
She's not crippled.
Like yesterday when I was getting off the plane, there was two elderly couple in front of me. The woman asked me to get her 2 canes from the front. I got her 2 canes. I gave the 2 canes to the elderly couple, helped them get up, you know, made sure they were good. They actually had to sit down when they got to the front because they had to wait for their wheelchairs. But, you know, when you see a handicact person, you assist them. Well, so I think that guy was just assisting the handicapped.
She's not handicapped.
She's definitely handicapped.
But the question is 800-585-1051. Ladies, when you go out with a dude or when you go out with somebody, how do you know if it's a date or just some old, I guess, just friendship type
it's
of thing?
Established from the beginning.
Yeah, if you got to guess, it's not a date.
Yeah,
you're
supposed to know.
But a guy might think it's a date. They might ask you, or you might think it's, he's just a homie, and he might want to get to know you.
No. Like, it's clear.
How is it clear?
You know how the way that you guys talk to each other.
That's right.
You will know.
But
whether
maybe he's trying to take it to that level. And if we go out and it's $234 and I pay, isn't that a date?
You know the difference between a meeting and a date, bro.
Well, I mean, that's like a regular. You go out for drinks and food.
Talk that talk. $234 not regular?
Yes, it is. You can do that at TGI Fridays nowadays.
With
Inflation is high.
If you're out,
yes.
you and 2 people, you and another person, drinks and food, $234.
Well, let's discuss
Where
when
did
we
he
come
take
back.
And you order in the man hookah.
I need more details. Where did he take her?
I'm not for sure.
Let's call her off camera. I need to know where he took you. I need more details.
There's no way in hell you're spending $234 in TGI Fridays.
And what did he wear? What did he wear? Where did they go? That matters.
We'll find out when we come back.
matters.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
We'll find out when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.